Last Friday, less than 15% of the money that the world pledged to Haiti after that massive earthquake has reached the nation. And right now, Congress is sitting on about $1 billion pledged by the Obama administration. When asked about this, the administration points to Oklahoma Senator Tom Coburn, who has put a hold on the money. And Senator Coburn joins us now from Tulsa. So, very simply, what's going on here, Senator? I mean, why, you got 1.5 million people living in the streets of Haiti. Nothing has really been accomplished since the earthquake earlier this year. So what's going on here?
Well, I think really some poor reporting on part of the AP. Let me give you kind of 3 points on it. Number one is I don't ever hold anything in secret. I'm the only one in the Senate that always admits to what I'm holding. And I send every senator a list at the beginning of the year that if, in fact, you're going to try to pass a bill by unanimous consent, which means it doesn't get debated and it doesn't get amended, that I, in fact, will object unless you've offset the cost. Well, that was a Kerry bill that was $500 million, which was brought for unanimous consent. They knew I would object. But that didn't have anything to do with the $1.1 billion that hadn't gotten there yet. The $1.1 billion that hadn't gotten there is entirely the responsibility of the State Department. It has already been appropriated.
All right, so
appropriated
just so I don't want to get too confusing, but you say the State Department has $1.1 billion in their budget that could go to Haiti at any time.
Well, they have to meet the requirements of the emergency supplemental bill that appropriated that money, which is you got to say, how are you going to make sure the money doesn't get wasted, and how are you going to give us the benchmarks or metrics so that you're measuring?
All right, so Secretary Clinton has not been able to meet that measure?
Oh, she did this week.
This week? Look, how long does it take? I mean, how long
well, it's been months. It's been months since we passed the supplemental funding bill that had $1.1 billion in it for Haiti.
So this week she met the measure. When's the money going over to Haiti?
I'm sure it's whenever they want to release it.
Whenever the Secretary of State wants to release it.
Yeah, the Congress, once the money's appropriated, all they had to do is say, here's our plan, it's free. And so the holdup hadn't been Congress, it's been the Department of State.
So you're saying that Secretary of State Clinton is the problem, not you?
Well, there are two different bills, Bill, and I think
I'm just talking about the $1.1 billion that the State Department.
It passed. It has nothing to do. That was a requirement of the Appropriations Committee. I don't sit on it.
We're going to call Mrs. Clinton's office and see if she agrees with you. All right. Now, the other $500 million, are you holding that up?
Sure. It's new spending. It hadn't been offset. It's the reason we're $13.5 trillion in debt.
Okay, so you're holding it up because it's unfunded. It's just you're going to add more to the deficit.
We refuse to make priorities for this country. And I don't let any bill out of the Senate that's an authorizing bill that they're not going, unless they want to bring it to the floor. If they want to bring it to the floor and let me have a chance to amend it and debate it, I'm happy to do that.
Okay, now the argument is that you're the mean guy, because people are dying and suffering in Haiti, and you are not going to send them the $500 million because it's unfunded. And you answer that?
Well, this $500 million isn't for housing. This is for infrastructure only.
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about. It's chaos over there. They haven't gotten the money from. They haven't gotten the private money. We're talking to the Clinton Initiative people. We want to find out what's holding that up. The Hollywood celebrities who asked everybody for money all day long, and Americans, as always, responded generously, they won't come back and say, where's the money? The foreign nations haven't ponied up 15%. That's nothing. And the United States is holding up 1.1 for whatever reason. You say Hillary Clinton, and you're not going to fund it if you're not going to send it if it's not funded. It's just a mess.
Well, they're two different. Well, no, it's not a mess. We've already sent almost $1 billion down there.
And what
that's the other part.
What is it accomplish?
Well, you have to talk with USAID and the Secretary of State.
No, wait, though. But you're a smart guy and you're a stand-up guy. You tell me what that $1 billion we've already sent to that country has accomplished. What?
What I can tell you is it's about the same as everything else that we do through the State Department. It's highly ineffective and wasteful.
So you think we've wasted $1 billion in Haiti? I can't see any difference, and I fund the Haitian Health Foundation, which I know does good work. And they tell me all of this money from the U.S. government, bupkis, nothing. Another $1 billion down the drain? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, Bill, I can't comment because I haven't actually been down there, but I know we've spent almost $1 billion down there already.
Shouldn't we send somebody down there to tell the folks what's...
You bet.
That's $1 billion.
That's exactly what's wrong with our government. There's
What if-
no
what if I-
metrics.
What
There's
if
no
I put
oversight.
together a little trip for you, me, and a couple other people? You want to go down?
I'd be happy to go down. I've done medical missionary work in
You're
Haiti
a doctor.
before. I
You're an
understand
MD.
it.
Okay.
You bet.
All right,
bet.
let me try to get with the Clinton people and try to figure this out. Well, you'd agree with me that right now this is just disgraceful and it's not working, right?
I'm saying we haven't sent the money effectively to help the people of Haiti.
All right, Senator. Thanks very much. We appreciate it. Play more ahead as the Factor moves along this evening. Our hard news desk will have an update on the rescue of the miners in Chile. And then the Factor will